Good day, everyone. So this is your second week of your classes. I hope you enjoyed the first week. So as I said the last time, today we are going to go through some of the rules that will have to be implemented in the classroom. So these are some of the basic rules that you will need to follow throughout the year in order to have a good and fun time and to have no problems. So the rules are there in place to make sure that you get a good time, good grasp of English, and to learn to the best of your ability. This is the rules. So you're going to have online learning for rules for when we do the live classes, and you're going to have rules when you come back to class. So number one obviously is to first day of class. So when you come to the first day of class, so when you're doing online, you should find a quiet place. So you should find a place where you cannot be disturbed, so you will be able to listen and not be disturbed. So it has to be very nice and quiet, no noises around, so you can learn to the best of your ability. You make sure that your camera is on. Camera should be on so I can see your face and I know what you look like. Should have a positive attitude, means you're ready to study, and you're like, I can do this, I'm very good at English. So have a positive attitude. Be prepared. Be prepared means you have all your materials with you, have your English books, have your notes, have your pens, paper, whatever you need. So be prepared. Be on time means to turn up for class. If the class is at 9 o'clock, do not turn up at 10 o'clock. Make sure you are on time. Listen to the speaker. So when you are on the Zoom or whatever we are using, listen to what I say and do what I say. So or if your friend is asking a question, listen to what they are saying. No music. You should not be listening to music. It's very distracting. Or you should not be eating food, or you should not be playing other games. You should be learning English, and should not be playing on your phone. So no music, and try your best. So if you try your best, that is all you can do. Try your best. So next we will have, when you're in school, when you come back, COVID is still around, so you should wear a mask. So as you can see in the picture, these students and the teacher are wearing their masks, so you should have a mask at all times. You should wash your hands regularly, so wash your hands, and you should keep your distance from the students, so you can see that they are not beside each other, need to be apart 6 feet or 2 meters. So when you are back in school, should not be social distance, keep your distance. So that is when you come back to school. Again, I'll go through it again. Mask, wear your masks, keep your distance from your fellow classmates, and wash your hands. Social distance there, 6 feet 2 meters. Do you speak English? So I am going to teach you how to speak English, and the rules will help you to learn throughout the year. So are you listening? So in class you must listen, not be talking to your other students, or when you're on the Zoom call, not be messing, playing games. You should be listening to what the speaker is saying. So ears, you should listen with your ears. Listen, are you listening? So you should be listening all the time. Class leader. So in your class you have a class leader who will come up to the class and introduce and say good morning or good thank you. So you should respect the class leader You should always stand up when the class leader tells you to stand up. You should always sit down when the class leader tells you to sit down. Hands together when the class leader tells you to put your hand together. So you should listen to the class leader and everyone will get along. So class leader, very important that you do not disrespect your class leader by not following what she or he is telling you to do. So that's the class leader. Your classmates, you should treat your classmates with respect. You should be nice to them, not be bullying them. You should help them out if there is any problems in the classroom. You should not be fighting with your classmates. You should play with your classmates in a gentle and good way. So if everyone gets on with your classmates, the classroom dynamics will be fun. There will be no negative, and if everyone is happy, the teacher will be happy, and that means there will be more fun in the classroom. So treat your classmates with respect and be happy. Follow instructions. So if I tell you to open your book to page 1, you open your book to page 1. If I tell you to sit down, you sit down. If I tell you to take out pens, take out your pens. If I tell you to clean the board, clean the board. Follow all the instructions. If I tell you to do your homework, you do your homework. If I tell you the homework has to be done by Friday, it has to be done by the Friday, not the Monday after. So you have to follow the instructions that are given to you. Makes just life easier. So that is follow the instructions. Raise your hand before you speak or stand. So if you want to ask a question, you put up your hand and say, "Can I ask a question, please?" Or you do not shout out the answer without putting up your hand. You must be polite and put up your hand. And if I see you put up your hand, I will tell you to answer the question, or will ask you to answer the question, or whatever you want to say. So raise your hand and then ask the question, because someone else might have the answer, and it's very unfair if everyone shouts the answers at the same time. So if you want to ask a question or want to shout out an answer, put up your hand or raise your hand before you speak. So if you want to leave the classroom, so if you want to go outside, if you want to go outside, or you want to go to the bathroom or the toilet, or maybe you have to go to deliver something, you must ask permission before leaving the classroom. So you must say, "May I go to the toilet, please?" or "May I leave the classroom, please?" You do not get up and walk out without asking the teacher. So yes, again, ask for permission before you leave the class. So you must raise your hand and say, "I want to leave," or "May I leave the classroom?" So that is asking permission before leaving the room. Don't be late for class. So if a class starts at 9 o'clock, you do not come in at 10 minutes past 9. Do not be late for class. Everyone should be in the classroom before the teacher arrives. Everyone should have their books and materials ready before the teacher arrives. Do not want a situation where the teacher arrives for class and 6 or 7 students walk in 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late, or whatever it is. So you should be on time for class, because if you are not on time, it disrupts the other students who want to study, and you are also missing out on some minutes of teaching where you might learn a bit of English. So always be on time and do not be late for class. So that is another one. So be on time for class. Next, no food or no drinks allowed in the classroom unless I tell you to. So you're not allowed to eat any food in the classroom. You are not allowed to drink unless I tell you to drink. You are not allowed to have a cell phone, so you're not allowed to play games on your cell phone. If you want to use a cell phone, I will tell you to use the cell phone, or if there is an emergency, I will let you use the cell phone in an emergency. So again, no food, no drinking, or no cell phone or mobile phone unless I tell you to use. Treat the school property with the care and respect it deserves. So I don't want to see you drawing on the tables. I don't want to see you damaging any computers. I don't want to see anything like that. So you should treat the school property with care. Leave it the way it is. At the end of the day, you put the chairs and the tables back together. No damaging the tables, no drawing or using tidbits on the tables, no drawing or scribbling on the walls, and no throwing stuff around the classroom, might break a window or a door, no slamming the door. So this is treating school property with care, and that even means your books too. No tearing your books or no drawing in your books. So that is about treating your school property. Walking in a straight line. So when you are going for lunch or when you're coming to classroom, you walk in a straight line. Follow the class leader. There is no messing in the corridor, no running in the corridor. So as you can see here, you should walk in a straight line. And this guy, no, he is not walking in a straight line. So you should walk in a straight line, no running. You should walk in the corridor, no, so walking in a straight line. In the classroom, there is no hitting your students, there is no kicking, there is no pushing, there is no fighting allowed. If you do fight or kick or push, I will throw you out of the classroom, or maybe I will call your parents. Maybe I will give you some extra homework to do. Or maybe you will not be allowed back into the classroom unless you apologize. So respect your fellow students. So you should not be fighting. And you should always do your best in class. I don't mind if you do your best, but I do not like to see students who are not trying their best, who do not do their homework, who sit there, who are playing games, not listening, not paying attention. So if you do your best, that is the best you can do. Because if you are lazy, it's not good. You should always try and do the work, and I will help you if you try your best. So that is. And then if you have books, there is shelves. You might have homework books, you might have grammar books, you might have English books, workbooks, notebooks. You must put your books back where you found them. So if they're on the shelf, you should put them back in the shelf. If I tell you to take home your books or your portfolio, you bring them to school every day. Make sure you have all your books and materials ready with you. So put them back where you found them. So if you put them back on the shelves, you know where they are for the next lesson. Not at home. If you put them in different places every day, you will not know where they are. So make sure you have your books, materials, and you know where they are. So and also make sure that you have your uniform, you wear the correct uniform for class. So that is pretty much the class done. So I've went through some of the class rules, Working without disturbing the others. So you work and you be quiet, no talking to your fellow students, no distracting your other students. So you work quietly. And if you have a question, as I said, I will try and help you if you put up your hand. So work quietly. Cleaning the classrooms. So if you're cleaning the classroom, I will sometimes ask you to clean the board. I will tell you sometimes throw the trash in the bin, put away the toys, put the books on the shelves, tidy your desk, wash your hands, whatever it is. You should keep the class, sweep the floor even. You should keep the class tidy so there is no accidents. Your bags should be kept in well beside your desk, so there's no one trips over and falls, breaks a leg. So your classroom should be kept in a clean and tidy. Boards, and it's also good for hygiene as well. No one will get sick if the classroom is tidy. So these are some of the basic rules that you will have to follow on the line classes and in the classroom when you come back. Here are some YouTube videos that I would like you to look at for a few minutes just to recap what I have said to you. It just goes through some of the rules and regulations in order for you to have a good and fun time, because if you break the rules and the teacher is not happy, it is not fun, and you will be maybe get some punishments, and everyone wants to have a fun time, not for to be angry, and have more games and activities rather than more writing and reading maybe. So I hope you enjoyed the classroom rules lesson. That is pretty much it. For the next lesson we will be starting the book and the workbook on Unit 1. I hope you will have a good time this year, and I'll see you again for the next lesson. Okay, bye.